I'm Casey Guaretti. This is Chat and Dish. We are celebrating National Florida Tomato Month by, of course, using Florida tomatoes in what? Ooh, how about a nice, yummy, toasty bruschetta? We're going to need a loaf of bread, nice and crusty and crunchy, please. Then about 14 ounces of a low-fat ricotta. We're going to need about 1.5 cups of tomatoes. I've got grape tomatoes and also some chopped tasty leaves. Both are absolutely fabulous. Then we're going to need olive oil, salt and pepper, a little garlic, dried oregano, or fresh basil. That's it. Let's go make our bruschetta. If you're using a Campari, an heirloom, or a tasty leaf tomato, you need to take the core out and then cut the tomato in half. What I want you to do next is just grab it in your hand and give it a squeeze, because that way the seeds are going to pop right out. These tomato pieces are going to go on top of your bruschetta, so you want to make sure that they're about the size of a pea or the size of a grape. Anything bigger than that is just going to be tumbling off the bruschetta. If you choose to use the grape or cherry tomatoes, all you have to do is slice it in half lengthwise. We just need to slice our bread, about 1 inch thick, and I always like to do this a little bit on the diagonal. I just think the slices are a little prettier that way. Grab your bread slices and head over to a hot grill pan. Drop a couple of slices of bread onto the heated grill pan. When the bread's nice and toasty on one side, go ahead, flip it over and toast the other side. I've got all my toasted bread on a nonstick foil lined baking sheet. I don't use parchment paper if it's going to go under the broiler, and today this is going under the broiler. Now I've got a garlic clove, and I am simply rubbing back and forth on the top of each one of the pieces of toast with this garlic clove. The toast kind of acts like a grater against the garlic, and you get a nice little layer of fresh garlic on the top of each piece of bread. I'm just grabbing a couple tablespoons of the fresh ricotta and spreading it all across the top of our toasts. Each slice of toast is getting a generous portion of our tomatoes. I'm giving all of the toast a nice sprinkling of salt and pepper. If I was choosing to use the dried oregano, I would use that right now also. Give a generous drizzle of olive oil on top of all of the tomatoes. You know what? If you've got a flavor-infused olive oil, this is the time to use it. Garlic-infused would be absolutely fabulous. Before I do anything else with our toast or bruschetta, I'm going to chiffonade a little bit of basil. That just means slicing it very thin. The bruschettas need to go under a hot broiler about 3 inches away until the cheese is nice and bubbly. That's only going to take 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, the bruschetta is hot and bubbly out from underneath the broiler. Now, all we have to do is drop our fresh basil right on top of each one of our bruschetta. In this house, I always claim the tiny little baby bruschetta as my very own. This is absolutely fantastic. The cherry tomatoes, the cheese, the garlic, the toasted bread. Oh, I'm in heaven. As always, thank you for visiting. Don't forget to take advantage of National Florida Tomato Month by making you and your family a lovely fresh tomato bruschetta. Cheers.